Well guys, we are hitting the road today. But first, one last amazing flight. We're going to send off New Mexico in style. You know, I could really get used to these temperatures. You wake up, the highs are in the 50s, low 60s. It's cool and breezy, but the sun feels warm. Man, I could do this every day. I feel very fortunate that I was able to get as much flight time as I did despite the higher wind days. I really didn't know what to expect coming out to New Mexico in the spring. I guess sometimes the universe knows what you need and it accommodates. Not only do I feel more confident with higher wind takeoffs, but this was a great reminder of the different demands of high elevation launching. It's been a while. I also experienced a new kind of turbulence that I hadn't felt before. You'll see that later in this video. I had 2 amazing cross-country flights, some low flying. This trip really offered it all. I really enjoy walking away from an experience like this as a better pilot and a better person. Okay guys, enough rambling on. Let's go ahead and enjoy this last day in New Mexico.
I brought the Sirocco on this flight hoping that maybe I could find a little bit of lift that I was looking for yesterday. The dew deck is just a little bit too small. This is a 24-meter wing. Oh yeah, I can feel it. I'm actually not even descending right now. I'm just kind of hovering. Well, that is pretty cool, I have to admit. Wow. Alright, let's circle around here. Get this bigger peak. A little bumpy there. And I'm going to go over to the smoother area. This is kind of jagged rock. But there's a couple of nice smooth little lips over here. It's almost like the wind designed to that. It's kind of blowing up over time. When I was in Costa Rica, first time paragliding, that was the most amazing experience. I got so much lift, I was able to fly for like 40 minutes. And well, I swore when I got back home I was going to do more of it. And I contacted a company that's close by down in Chattanooga, and I just never really pushed it. I think it's just one of those things that takes a lot more planning. Ah, yes. This is cool. This is so cool. I kind of wanted to fly under this bridge. There's no water underneath, but they got these cranes here, so. And well, the spacing is pretty good on that one, actually. Oh, but there are power lines right on the other side. Let's take a look at that. Yeah. That's a little too sketchy for me. That's one of those situations where you do the risk-reward calculation. The reward is not worth the risk of damaging something or getting hurt. Oh, wow. Wow, this plateau up here is so amazing. Man, I want to land up here. This is pretty cool. What are the winds like coming over the edge here? Yeah, I can feel the wind. Oh yeah. There's a little bit of rotor coming over the top of that. That'd be the only concern about landing there is, oh wow, That would be a pretty cool takeoff, though, right over the tip. The only concern about landing there is that hitting rotor, trying to get the wing back up again. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, I don't feel too much rotor here. The wind is still pretty light. Yeah, light, but enough to make it probably uncomfortable. Whoa, 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 yeah. Okay. That's why we test things right before we do it. The landscape up here is a little bit different. It's still somewhat sandy, but you've got a lot more of these bigger bushes. Oh man, conditions are just crap though. As I get lower. I know this looks like really bad urine. Like if your urine is this color, you should probably go get checked out. But this is just a citrus drink. Yeah, now that we're turned into the wind, we're going 15 miles an hour. So I'm going to trim out here. The air's pretty smooth up here, so I'm not as worried about turbulence. There we go. Now we're up to 23, 25. So I'm really glad I put that 9 liters of gas in now. We've already used about 2 liters just to get to this point. And it's going to be a strong headwind home. So, okay, guys, we're trimmed back in. I mean, I'm going 9 miles an hour here. I've got to be able to get some lift off of this ridge line. So we're going to start with this little one here and then work our way over to this bigger one. I don't know why I'm so desperate to get lift. Maybe it's that I missed the idea of paragliding again. miles an hour. We're sinking. Nothing. We have the opposite of lift going on right now. We'll try this bigger one over here. Oh, man. Well, now we're hitting the crap here. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't like that. I'm not sure where that just came from, but that sent my wing backwards. So we're going to try to get out of this. It's probably this channel that I'm in right now. I'm hitting air from somewhere. Maybe it is coming off that? I don't know. They need to put some windsocks out here. Because that was not a comfortable feeling to be thrown back like that. Oh yeah, there we got some. Whoa, whoa. Oh, there's a bunch of deer up. Oh wait. There's a bunch of drams up here. Look at those guys. Wow, that is super cool. You're probably wondering what. Whoa. Okay, there's some lift I'm feeling. Wow. Okay, so this area does produce some lift. Just gonna hover along the rocks here. Say hi to the sheep again. Hey guys! That's pretty cool. Motor off! Wow, I'm going fast, so I'm going the wrong direction. Okay, I'm not getting much off of that. But here, I think coming over the top of this thing is where I got the most last time. So motor off. It's there, I'm just too heavy. That's basically what it comes down to. Oh, what do we got here? Coyote? It's like a coyote.
To be honest, this trip has been very therapeutic. I can always tell when my mind becomes congested. It seems life stops flowing as smoothly as it should. And just like congestion on the highway prohibits efficiency, I believe we should all be able to compartmentalize our mind, whereas we can put all of our attention and focus on one thing. For example, when I'm spending time with my daughters, I want to be 100% present, not distracted by other life demands or worries. Even when I'm flying paramotor, I want to immerse myself in the experience 100%. I don't want to miss out on some of the joy due to thoughts and demands bleeding into that experience. When I'm no longer able to compartmentalize my life in this way, that's when I know it's time to hit the road. So, what a trip like this does for me through isolation, silence, basically removing demands of my time and attention, it allows me to clear out that congestion, to refocus my mind so it can run efficiently again. I call it my mental reset. And it's amazing how much better we can be for others, for employers, employees, friends, family, children. We can be so much better if we truly take some real time for ourselves. When I'm here, all of me is here. You know, the only real demand I place on myself during this experience is, what should I do today? And when you have this much beauty around you, whether it's flying through the sky, riding my motorcycle, hiking up a mountain, or just sitting on my chair staring into the mountain range or the desert, it all provides the same amazing benefit, which is joy. As I've gotten older, I've been placing far more emphasis and importance on my time. It seems time goes by faster the closer we get to the end of it. Have you ever looked at an hourglass? You know, when you first flip an hourglass over, there's so much sand at the top, it seems like you have all the time in the world. But when there's only a third or a quarter left, it seems as though it's flowing much faster. It's as though time is not linear but a slope, and the longer you live, the steeper the slope becomes. It feels this way. The reality is, we just view time as more valuable as our hourglass becomes less. You know, when I look back on my past, I think about how much time I wasted. There were so many things I could have done better with those years. And now that I can reflect back on those choices, I don't want to make those same mistakes. In 20 years from now, I don't want to look back at my present self and say, boy, I really didn't learn any lessons, did I? We all make our own path in life. Some of us demand more of that path than others. You all know my motto, existing is not living. What that means to me is being alive is not just having a heartbeat and thoughts. It's a recognition of what life truly is and embracing the fact that each and every day that we are alive is a blessing and it should be cherished. I know some of you can relate to this if you fly paramotor or do something else in your life that brings this intense feeling. But the experience of flight, seeing the world in a way that most will never see it, and most importantly, the solitude that really comes from the true separation of myself from every living being below me. It's godlike. You don't just feel alive, you have captured the essence of what being alive is. I may not be explaining this feeling very well, and some of you may question my sanity. But I know some of you understand what I'm trying to say. The most amazing feelings cannot be described through words, as there are no words that have been created for those feelings. I truly hope to be flying paramotor for many, many years. If not foot launch, trike, whatever the case is, I want this experience. I want to leave the ground and see the world below me. I also truly hope that many of you have the opportunity to experience it with the same intensity and find appreciation for what this true gift is. Well guys, after a couple days of driving, I made it back home. It was an amazing trip with amazing results. I'm really looking forward to the next adventure. I hope you've got one planned as well.